Hey everyone, it's Paul Bertorelli reporting for Aviation Consumer. You're looking at the Tecnam Astore, a new light sport model for Tecnam. What's interesting is that in the 3 years since this airplane was introduced, it's become a hot seller for the company. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so you've seen what the Astore looks like on the outside. It's a all-metal low wing. In this case, we've got a Rotax 914. I'm flying with Shannon Yeager of Tecnam. Shannon, when I saw this airplane introduced at Aero in 2014, I guess I didn't have much time with it. I didn't understand what it really is, but it's meant to be a premium sport model airplane, correct?
Absolutely, because you're going to have that, you get that little fighter pilot feel in here. It's got good dynamics. It's still a stable aircraft, but if you want to take it out a little bit, it kind of has a little fun. But it's definitely plenty of baggage space back there, lots of room for us, a place to step. It's definitely going to be on the premium side.
What's unusual about this as an LSA, or really any airplane, is the engine choices. You've got 3 engine choices. Let's run through them.
Yeah, so you've got the 912 ULS, the 912 IS, or the 914 Turbo are all options in this aircraft.
Now, in this airplane, we've got the 914, which is the common choice.
Yeah, we've been really finding in the U.S. primarily. Other countries, it'll vary. But here, yeah, most of the buyers are going for the 914. They just want that extra 15 horse, at altitude. We've got some owners, obviously, out in the highlands. But even buyers, here in the flatlands of Florida still like to have it on the hot days. They can really climb out and get going.
Yeah, let's talk about the rough price delta between the engines. So if you go with the ULS, that's the base price.
That's included in our base pricing.
And the base price is around.
We're gonna run somewhere, depending on your avionics selections. We're gonna run for about 160 to about 210 in this aircraft.
Okay, so if we were at the base price with the ULS and we added the 914, what's the typical upsell for that?
That's about $23,000.
Okay, and quite a choice in avionics as well. I'm looking at the Garmin G3 Touch here, 2 screens. What are some of the other options?
We also have the Dynon Skyview with the 10-inch Skyview Touch. And then we also have a 6-pack model. It is electric round dials, but they're round dials. That also include a Garmin 796 in there with just a comm radio, a 200 Garmin.
Now this airplane is also equipped with an Autopilot. It's the Autopilot that goes with the G3X Touch. And it's got full envelope protection.
It does. As an option, it can be fully configured for the aircraft. We find that owners of this aircraft tend to actually not really want that, to be quite frank.
So they don't go with the ESP?
Oh no, because they like to just kind of have at it with the aircraft. And like you've seen, hopefully flying a little bit, it does give you enough feedback as you're really starting to pull on the controls. It starts to tell you you're getting pretty far from center as you go that way. And then with the oral warning from the AOA indicator, it also helps you even in a G-stall scenario as you're going around the corner. Training as I hear the beep, 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 but the AOA, push, push, push. Wherever I'm at, wherever my attitude is, push.
Yeah, well, we did some slow flight and some stalls, some full stalls, and stall announces itself with a buffet, and it has a pretty good parachute mode. The stall doesn't fall through. It doesn't tend to yaw off in either direction, so it's a fairly gentle, well-balanced airplane by the feel of it. And I really hadn't paid attention to how many of these you're selling, but this has become close to a bestseller for Tecnam, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think this is right behind the P2008, our high wing with the carbon fiber fuselage. Yep, it's number 2 right behind it.
And the people buying these things, this is a new trend that I've heard from other manufacturers. At one time, we thought that the primary buyer for LSA would be a pilot who's either aging out or he's worried about his medical. But these buyers are not those guys, right?
Now, it's a combination of they're starting to realize that there's a lot of maintenance and things to think about when you're flying an older aircraft. Like I was telling you earlier, I love my '69 Camaro Super Sport, but you know what? Flying that's a lot different and maintaining that if I just even went out and bought a little Ford Fusion, I could get a better suspension. It's one of those things. They're starting to see that trend. They're also looking at stepping back because they realize, to turn that Bonanza on and go fly, the owner and their significant other, for a little bit, it doesn't quite make sense. They might have the money to do it, but it doesn't feel right. When I could fly this with all my updated avionics, instead of me dropping $100 grand into an aircraft that you got a lot of other things to do with, I can just put the $100 grand in here and have all brand new everything, including a warranty. That's always nice. When you're maybe not flying as much as you used to, having a warranty sure is nice. Not having to be all the way on top of all the time.
Talk about some of the creature comforts in this. It has a sliding canopy, which you can see from the outside B-roll. You can't open it in flight, but you can open it on the ground when you're taxiing. How about some of the seat and interior options?
We got three actual real different distinct levels. There's a standard option for the half seat that doesn't have these nice little things on the top back before him. Then we have a deluxe level, really kind of upgrades the seats themselves, a couple other things inside. And we have a premium level. We're sitting kind of in a premium. The headrest's even knocked down so you can load it from the front. We also have painted, we have leather wrapped interiors. Some of these will also include like some chrome appointments, depending on the customer's final tastes. And then our absolute premium edition also includes an exterior paint upgrade as well.
What I like about it is, even though it's a light airplane, and even though it's a light sport airplane, it doesn't have the extreme light control pressures that so many do. It feels more like a certified airplane or standard category airplane.
And that's really one of our goals. Our main goals, yes, the interiors are nice, but our main goal is flight control harmony is actually on the very top of our appointments list. And then the second thing behind it is control feedback, so that you feel that. It's really important to us that as you pull, you get that exponential increase in your pressures, so you know that you've diverted from the center of the controls.
All right, Shannon. Well, thanks for the demo flight.
No problem.
It's Paul Bertorelli reporting for Aviation Consumer. You can find a full review on the Tecnam Astore in the December 2016 issue of Aviation Consumer. Thanks for watching.